Just checked into JW Marriott Grosvenor House here in the Mayfair district of London. As always, big question is, who's getting hustled? Let's find out. So we just arrived in King's Crossing here in London. It is hot. Supposedly we're going to hit a London heat wave. Not what you're expecting when you come to London looking for some gray, rainy skies, but who knows what we'll find. But it's hot. We're just trying to get a step away from King's Cross Station to catch your ride share to our hotel. We're waiting for a ride share. It is rush hour traffic here in London, so everything seems to be taking a little while. So we're just chilling, my friends. What do you think? Should I hotel hustle this place behind me? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The JW Marriott Grosvenor House is a 5-star hotel in the heart of the Mayfair district, just across from Hyde Park. Lobby has quite a wow factor to it. We did get upgraded to a superior king room. Very excited to check that out. Excited to show you our room here at the JW Marriott Grosvenor House, just across from Hyde Park. Beautiful hotel, beautiful room, 5-star experience in London. So let's take a peek. I believe I had reserved a queen room, and I did get upgraded to a king. I had let them know it was a special occasion, so I'm not sure if that's what I got it for, or if just for being a gold member. But I did request it ahead of time. Very spacious. King-size bed. Love this room. This is big by European standards, big by London standards, so loving this so far. One of the things I love about any hotel room is that they give you a seating area, or they have a seating area other than the bed. It's just so nice to relax or eat or just put your feet up somewhere other than right on the bed. So totally appreciative of this little spot. I got a couple nightstands here. They are matching nightstands. Looks like we have a little vintage alarm clock here, which is really cute. Couple complimentary bottles of water, which is always appreciated, especially with London prices. Can't go wrong there. Like the lighting, very classic. Headboard, wooden headboard, very English, very authentic, feels very sturdy, so grateful for that. Same thing over here, we have the same nightstand, and on this side it looks like we have a powerless charging station, which is great because I hadn't seen any USB cords or any outlets for that matter. Phone over here, in the drawer they got the Holy Bible, Book of Mormon, nothing in this drawer. And oops, got caught in the sheet and nothing in there. Seeing what they have over here, see if there's anything in here. Nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there. Just a lot of storage. So over here we have a decent sized TV, which I am sure we'll watch later. I'm sure they probably have all your streaming apps for you, which we'll check out and report to you on. But very nice nightstand. Let's see what they have below. They got a fully stocked mini bar. Don't be fooling with that. It looks sensitive. Then over here we have a little coffee service as well. An espresso machine. Got the little semi-skimmed cow's milk. Looks like another water to make your coffee, which is always appreciated. Gotta have a bottle opener in case you bring your own booze or want some of theirs. And then the mini bar prices. Let's see. If you want a beer, £9. 375 milliliters of champagne, $25. And if you want a Pepsi, that'll be £5. Not the worst prices I've ever seen. Always nice to have a workstation as well. Got a nice big chair here. Desk. Let's see what they have here. They have a little stationary pad under, looks like a leather embossed holder for the stationery and the pen. Very nice. Let's see what they have here. Looks like they have a bunch of information about their hotel, pictures, what they offer. They got, I think, 2 different restaurants, a different bar. We will try to explore those, or at least look at what the prices are and give you a visual peek of those. And then if you need more charging at the front of the desk, they have standard UK outlets, and oh, they even got a place for an American plug as well. So very handy, very nice. Just got your phone. See if we got a view here. All right, we did not get a view here. We got a view of the ductwork and the air conditioning unit. So not so scenic. I think you can see if I pan that way, that's probably some trees leading out to Hyde Park across the street. We got a lot going on in here. We got a luggage rack. Don't have any branded hangers, but oh, we got some slippers up here. Very nice touch. We will try these on. Branded in little bags. How beautiful is that? We got a robe. Hopefully they're hiding another one on me. You know, they always kill me with this one robe thing, but we'll see if they got a second one hiding. And a safe. This room does have a little reception room foyer, which is nice. You can set your shoes out here. So just a nice touch in the room, really adds some space and dimension to it. So here's our map. We're the big red block near the top. So hard to tell the size of the other rooms. Looks like there's a few suites at different ends of the hallway, but this is a very nice size room, and no one to one side of us, which is always nice. Let's explore this bathroom. Great marble. So we'll start over here in the sink. You got a single vanity. You know I am in love with double vanities, but this is very, very spacious and nice. Got some washcloths here. Got some facial soap. I believe the company is called Balance. Bath soap as well. Funny they give you bath soap, but they don't have a bath. They're killing me, killing me. So they got some bath soap here. Got some body lotion. Got toothpaste, mouthwash, couple vanity kits, toothbrush, a comb. Very nice little amenity tray here, which is always appreciated when you've been traveling. Grateful for that. A couple water glasses back here. Decent mirror, very nicely lit. Gotta make a mirror because you know I gotta look pretty. One of the things I do love is to have the toilet area separate from, the rest of your bathroom. That is not the case here. Looks like their toilet seat is a little crooked. Got a couple folded toilet papers there. We got a pile of towels. They say on a heated rack, so be careful. Towels feel pretty nice and cushy. Got another rack with some towels over here. And all right, here it comes. They did give the second robe hanging on the back of the bathroom door. It is a nice marble shower. Funny enough, it has a little clothes dryer thing here. Oh, that's hysterical. I just wouldn't think of that at a hotel like this, but you never know. We're gonna test the water pressure on this later. Looks like they have an assisted bar, which is nice. They have a mat and a towel as well. And you know it's killing me that all these hotels, if you can see that, they do these pony doors. I do not know why. The bathroom standard amenities, got some conditioner, shampoo, and shower gel. So hot towel rail, nice of them to warn you. I'm sure people have been burned as I just put my hand on it. And it is very warm to the touch, but love having hot towels. They are very into conservation. When you hang your towels, they're saying you're implying you don't need new ones, which is great. Save some water. Oh, time for the bed test. Wasn't sliding into home base, but wow, this is nice. Very cushy. Like the duvet, like the pillowcases. Comfy but firm. This is going to be a good night's sleep. We're going to go take a little walk and explore this hotel. This is our first stay at this hotel. We're very impressed with the size of the hallways, the elevator banks to service as many people as they have here. And in keeping with tradition, first stop, going to be the gym. They call it a fitness suite here, not a gym. Hotel hustler hack as always. If you need some water, I usually have some in the gym. Gotta love that. Love the cable machines, more dumbbells, and a lot of different machines. Boy, you can get a good workout here. This is a real gym. Great that no one's working out while we're here. Cardio, rowing machines, bicycle, elliptical. I thought this was a scale. It's like a fitness monitor. Little stretching area. Got some Bosu balls. Got some pictures on the wall to inspire you. Little stretching area. Love it. Great gym. Has lockers, towels, chilled towels. Gotta love that. Got some fruit here. Got some sanitized wipes. Always appreciate that. And a really good size gym. We'll show you more of the hotel later, but first, let's explore the neighborhood. If you want other dining options than what they have at the JW Marriott, they have the Mercato Mayfair, which is about a 5 to 7 minute walk away. It's sort of a dining hall. We ate there a few years back, and so we're going to go check it out again, explore. Mayfair has some posh cars happening here as we wander around the neighborhood. Nice rolls. So this is Mercato Mayfair, which used to be a church. It's the food hall I was talking about, and we're going to go explore. Mercato Mayfair is set in the former St. Mark's Church. It opened in 2019. Since then, it's been a vibrant food and cultural hub. It has gorgeous architecture and beautiful stained glass. We first discovered it a few years back watching a Stanley Tucci special. They have pizza, Thai, Spanish food, fresh homemade pasta, plant-based Mexican food, sushi, beer, wine, and a whole lot more. This is the second time we've come here, and it's always crowded. I saw they had grass-fed burgers, which I wanted to go upstairs and check out. Our first time here, we didn't notice that they had a patio up there, which turned out to be really popular and a very happening place. The top floor has a really cool view of the entire space. Once we got upstairs, we didn't go to the other side. This side had a seafood stall with fish and chips. They had grass-fed burgers, which looked absolutely amazing. They had a fancy Indian place. But after thinking about it for a moment, I realized I wasn't that hungry. Decided to go back downstairs and grab a beer. Across from where I got my beer was a cocktail bar. Behind that was a wine bar where my wife got a glass of bubbly. One of the really cool things about this place is how they kept a lot of the old church features intact. What we found surprising too was that the wine bar was the only place that was completely empty. This crowd seemed to be more of a beer crowd. Across the street from Mercato Mayfair is a very popular pub called the Marlborough. Back to explore the hotel. Right off the lobby is the Park Room, where they offer an all-day menu in addition to their award-winning afternoon tea. Besides the main room you just saw, they also have this beautiful sitting area where you can have tea, grab a drink, meet a friend. This is also where you can enjoy live piano every day from 2 to 6 p.m. We noticed they had a lot of butterfly art throughout the hotel, and we found that this is an homage to Hyde Park. We're heading down for dinner at the JW Steakhouse. So big question as always, who's going to hustle on this dinner? We talked to the host before. He said 70% of the menu and bourbons are designed to cater to an American crowd. So we'll be the judge of that. The prices here aren't crazy. They're what you'd expect for a London hotel. Kansas City Strip, which I experienced in person, £60. That'd be about $75. That's not off the off the charts. Burger, 25 pound. So one of the things they're really proud of here is that they have over 500 bourbons here, which is the largest collection of bourbons outside of the United States. They do have a partnership with Buffalo Trace Distillery as well, and they have some exclusive bourbons that you can only get here, apparently. I love John Denver, but I'm not going to have it take me home country roads for 75 pounds. That's too much. Their drinks play off the Whiskey Rebellion from the 1700s to the 1900s. They go from 1776 all the way up to 1947. How cool is that? Besides the impressive bourbon collection, they had a just as impressive wine cellar, predominantly with California wines. My wife was trying to decide between a Malbec and a Cabernet. They were kind enough to bring her a sampling of both. She went with the Cab, which was a Federalist Cabernet Sauvignon, aged in bourbon barrels from Lodi, California. I did not know the 6 stages of cooking meat, but they are right here, so always glad to learn something new. And then they brought us this beautiful loaf of bread. My wife and I always say no matter what steakhouse you're at, there is nothing like steakhouse bread. They know how to do bread well, they know how to do sides really well. Even before tasting it, I knew that bread was going to be amazing. All right, I'm not the biggest bread fan in the world, but that bread is amazing. Hot out of the oven with salt and rosemary on top. Add a little butter. We should have just ordered this for dinner. We would have been good. All right, I got the burger, fries. Looks like some special sauce from In-N-Out. Got some mayo, mustard, ketchup. So they were so kind, brought us another thing of bread, which my wife loves. She got the chopped salad, so let's see how this all is. All right, let's see this burger up close and personal. Can put a little special sauce on it. That is a real juicy, good burger. Wow. Very impressed. Well done. Hey. Burger was good. Still working on the fries. Working on that second loaf of bread. My wife loved her salad. All that's good here. The bill. 89 pounds, which roughly comes out to about $120. True, the wine was 25% of that bill. We thought it was a little steep, although it was a really high quality. You tell me, was I hustled or was it worth it? Outside the steakhouse in the lobby is a coffee shop, which is open all day long with all sort of different cakes and goodies. If you're staying at the hotel and want to buy an Aston Martin, you don't have to walk that far. You can just go a couple blocks down and pick yourself up some new wheels. Animals in War. Monument is dedicated to all the animals that served and died alongside British and Allied forces in wars and campaigns throughout time. They had no choice. So we just wrapped up our meal at the JW Steakhouse, and it was so good. The food was great, but the service made it even better. The restaurant manager, I think his name was Avo, he was just amazing. Loved to talk about hotels, history of hotels, what they're doing at the Marriott, his personal story. Just a great guy. And to me, everybody can offer, great food and, a clean atmosphere, but it's the service that sets places apart, and he was truly special. Beautiful sunset in Hyde Park. Very nice to see people out enjoying the evening here in London. Then it was time to start heading back to the hotel. It was our first time at this underpass. To be honest, I didn't even know it existed.
For the hotel, go to the right, you get the Aston Martin place. You go to the left, you get the Mini Cooper BMW place. So whatever you need, they got it here. That is a good-looking Mini Cooper, my friend. It's a Mini Countryman.
Turn down service. Bed nicely appointed.
Oh, they brought a lot of water.
More water. Got a little placemat for our feet. Got our slippers set out. Very nicely done. They did a really good job and left us some cookies. Can't go wrong with that. Let's look at these slippers. They are branded. Excited to give them a try. Little mat. Ooh, these are actually really nice. They look a little on the thin side, but they're actually really cushy on the bottom. Well done. This is also a very thick and plush robe, branded very nicely. So appreciate the robe. Love a good robe at a hotel just to sit and relax in at the end of the night. It has been a great day of hotel hustling here in London. Gonna call tonight. See you in the morning. Good morning, London. All right. Sunny day here in London. Day number 1 or 2 of the heat wave. We'll get out later and see what is happening. Gonna make some morning tea, shiny new kettle. So they do have their own branded water bottles here in glass bottles. Very nicely done. When I did make my tea, always curious how this room temperature semi-skimmed cow's milk is. So we'll see. Right, let's see how this tea is. Oh. Nice sip of tea. Like the milk. Nothing off about it. Just was a little concerned, but my concerns are allayed, put to rest. The water pressure is really good. The heat is good. It does get slippery, and they do provide sort of a shower mat, which is good. This is like 5 feet of marble, so nice to have something to stand on, or it is slippery in there. But great pressure, great heat. We went to check out breakfast. £29 for the continental buffet, or £36 for the full English buffet. They also had several a la carte items ranging from £4 to £45. The buffet was average, selection of pastries, cheese and cold cuts, yogurts, fruits. Your hot items, which were part of the full English breakfast. That included scrambled eggs, bacon, sausages, mushrooms and tomatoes, potatoes, and of course, beans. There was also a cereal station. We weren't that impressed or overly hungry, so we went to Marks and Spencer's, had a picnic breakfast, which included some pastries, yogurt, and some juice. Wrapping up our stay at the JW Marriott Grosvenor House in the heart of the Mayfair district. First thing, as always, let's talk about locations. I mentioned it is in the heart of the Mayfair district. You were literally right across the street from Hyde Park, beautiful park in the heart of London. You're about a 25-minute walk from Buckingham Palace, 25-minute walk from Piccadilly Circus, and there are a number of shops and restaurants easily within a 7 to 10-minute walk of the hotel. Let's talk design and ambiance. So it is a beautiful 5-star hotel. When you walk in the lobby, it feels modern, and they've retained their traditional roots, if that's a good way to say it. So everything looks well done. This hotel is going to be 97 years old, or it is 97 years old now, not as a Marriott, but as a hotel. So I think they've done a good job of embracing the past and modernizing it for the future. Bedroom, we were talking to one of the people here. He felt the room could use an upgrade. We didn't necessarily feel that. I thought everything was nice and comfortable and well done, sort of on the traditional side of things. So
Well, they did a great job on design and ambiance. This is a very large five-star hotel. It's not a boutique hotel. And for it feeling that large, I was actually impressed with how cozy and warm I felt. They had wonderful little sitting areas in the lobby. The staff was friendly and welcoming. I think they've done a wonderful job of making a big hotel feel very personal. Let's touch on the room and the bathroom. So, bathroom was great, well done in marble. They had a towel heater, which is great, and they had a lot of towels in there, which I truly appreciate because it just seems like when you're traveling, sometimes you go through more than you think you're going to go through, and they had a lot of space to put your toiletries on, which is wonderful. The water pressure I thought was great. The heat in it was great. The shower is all marble, so it's a little slippery. So glad they have a bath mat in there that you can put down so as not to slip. Never a fan of that pony door in the shower. I don't care how big it is and how wide it goes. It just always lends to water coming out on the bathroom floor. So not a huge fan of that. But a beautiful bathroom, just very sad that they did not have a bathtub. That broke my heart. The bedroom was very spacious. We got upgraded, I believe, to a King Deluxe, and the bed itself was amazing. Very big, very comfortable, wonderful duvet, pillows, sheets, everything you would expect from a five-star hotel. They also had great robes and slippers, which you would expect as well. The view wasn't sold on the view. We showed it to you, which is sort of the view of the air conditioning unit. So would have loved a little better view for our stay here in London. Let's talk about the power outlets. They had an abundance of power outlets, which is great. Not all hotels have modernized those. So they had a wireless charging station, which had USB, USB-C, and they also had American outlets as well as UK, and they had them placed well throughout the room. So grateful for all the power charging options. Remember, even though they have an American powered plug, just be careful because the voltage here is going to be different. So if you have a hair dryer or a shaver, just be careful if you plug it in because that voltage may be different. In terms of service, this service is amazing. I'll speak in terms of the turn down service. We were getting ready to go out and a gentleman knocked on the door and I said, "Oh, could you come back in 30 minutes? Literally 30 minutes later, he was back and I said, "We just need another 5." And then we left. And when we came back from our dinner out, he had pretty much done everything in the room. It was almost like a complete room refresh. We had fresh towels. He had wiped down the shower. He had turned down the bed, put our slippers out, hung up my wife's robe, which she had set on the bed. So it was an amazing turn down service. It seemed like it was above and beyond what you would expect out of that. We're staying in this hotel on the back of our Great Glen Way hike. So we got some clothes that needed a little washing and we did them in the bathroom and they're hanging on the towel rack in the dryer. And so before we went out, my wife had closed the bathroom door in the hopes that the attendant would not go in there. But he did, and my wife was horrified that, he went in there, saw our dirty laundry, even though he replaced all the towels and did such a great job of freshening up the bathroom. So they'll open any door, my friends. They'll open any door here. So the service throughout our stay here has been absolutely wonderful. It's been 5-star, from the gentleman who opened the door for us to the young lady who checked us in to the manager of the restaurant in JW Steakhouse. I believe his name is Avo. We spent 15 to 20 minutes talking with him. Delightful young gentleman. I mean, truly a hospitality professional, and I think he exemplifies the best of this hotel. So well done on the training and the service and the staff of this hotel. Truly appreciated it. If there was going to be one negative about this stay, it would be this. I sent them a very detailed email ahead of time expressing to them that my wife and I got engaged in London literally almost 10 years ago to the day, and just let them know it was a special occasion for us. So I was just a little surprised that there was no acknowledgement of that, little chocolate or little glass Prosecco, anything like that. So that was my only negative. In terms of amenities at the hotel, they do not have a spa. They do not have a pool, but they do have a club lounge, which is available to Platinum, Titanium, and Ambassador Marriott status members. They also have a hair salon, a business center, meeting centers, a couple restaurants, a little cafe, and apparently, we did not find it though, they have on-site laundry, so good list of amenities here. And of course, they also have the gym we showed you. If you're wondering how this hotel is ranked on TripAdvisor, currently, as of the time of filming this, it is ranked 293rd out of over 1,000 hotels. And that seems very harsh because they do so many things right at this hotel. It just seems like it's being unjustly compared because we thought so many things were positive Couple of reviews I read, they were 4 stars, great location, great staff. One of the 1 stars just went on about how they found like schmutz on the desk, and it led them to finding a hair in the drawer, and they wanted to get some cleaning done, and no one ever came to pick up their cleaning, and they just went on and on and on. And it's just, almost makes me hard to think that we're staying at the same hotel as them, because it seems like such a vastly different experience. So that's TripAdvisor. Take it or leave it as well. So who's this hotel for, and who got hustled? As always, I would say this hotel is firmly designed for tourists who want the best of a London experience. We saw people from all over the world. It does seem like they do cater a lot to Americans, because that steakhouse, the JW Steakhouse, it has over 500 bourbons. The manager was telling us that 70% of their clientele is usually Americans. So who got hustled? Right now, the room we're in is going for between £400 and £500 a night. That's a lot of money. But for a 5-star experience, is it worth it? I want to know your comments. Drop it below. Who do you think got hustled? Was it me? Was it them? Would you stay here? Have you stayed here? What was your experience like? Love to hear it. Thank you for watching. Truly appreciate you. Keep on hustling.
And the hustle fresh.
Keeping the hustle fresh. On to the next 5-star hustle. 5 minutes away.